What's up, everybody? Schuyler here, founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness. Our goal is to help get you in the best shape of your life and do it in as simple and easy of a way as possible. In today's video, we are interviewing our client, Andi. Now, Andi had just given birth before joining our program and was able to lose 8 pounds in her 12 weeks. But most importantly, some really cool things happened, and you're gonna hear Andi's story in this video. So our very own coach, Amy, is gonna be interviewing her. I hope you enjoy, and if you are sick of the diet yo-yo, you're sick of the unsustainable fat loss trends, and you just want to do something that works, and you want the accountability and support to get you to your fat loss goal and help keep you there, definitely head down below this video. In the description, there should be a link to an application page. You can grab a complimentary consultation, and on that call, we will be mapping out what your exact struggles are, what the exact plan is going to look like, and then seeing if working together would be a good fit. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome. And we are here today speaking with our graduated client, Andi Samperi, and she has just been an amazing client to work with. She came to us with different goals than a lot of other people. Not so much fat to lose, but definitely a desire to get healthy and fit. And so, Andi, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for just joining us. And it's great to see you. You look like a vision of health and wellness.
Well, thank you. Yes, I've been keeping up with all the things. And yeah, the sustainability piece that you guys talk about is very doable and will hopefully be lifelong. So that's the plan.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's a great plan to have. Tell me a little bit about what led you to us, or what life was like before you found fat loss and fitness.
Yeah, so I was about, I think, 10 months postpartum when I reached out to Amy. And I think, especially if anyone's been in that season where you're immediately postpartum, it's really hard to maintain muscle. I worked out all through pregnancy, had a healthy pregnancy, even healthy immediately postpartum, but I just felt like this muscle, all my muscle was gone. And I was like, kind of the skinny fat where I didn't have pounds and 30 pounds to lose, like Amy had mentioned, but I definitely wanted to increase muscle mass and just accountability, because with a baby, my structure, the counting macros and calorie counting and doing all of that was way too much work. I was trying to figure out when my baby needed to eat, not how much I was eating. And so that really appealed to me. I found Amy on Instagram and just heard her story, which I love. And also how you don't have to calorie count. I was like, okay, what is this? What's this method? But they basically take out all of the decision fatigue, which is amazing. Once I put it into practice, it was very easy to maintain. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But yeah, beforehand, I was just searching for accountability and something that didn't take tons and tons of time for me to optimize my muscle mass and my fitness journey.
That's awesome. How far into it did you get before you realized this was going to be something that was sustainable?
Honestly, I think it was pretty quick. Probably within the first month, I really realized I was seeing changes. And again, I only lost I think 8 pounds, but I did a DEXA scan. So I was really counting my body fat percentage, and I saw probably about a 3% body fat loss in, I think it was a 6-week mark is when I actually did the test. So really short, within that first month, I was noticing the differences of, okay, this is very sustainable. It's also cutting out a lot of my bad eating habits, like late night snacking or going to food because I'm tired, and really noticing those cues rather than going to food for fuel.
Yeah, very good. I love that so much. And I think that's what separates our program from a lot of other programs is we very much focus on the education side of like why snacking is not going to help you get to your goals, or why fasting is, a benefit to your body. And we really explain the why behind it, which I really think is, a key differentiator between our program and many other programs. Would you say that was what was helpful?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I really want to, take a moment I think Amy and Schuyler do such a good job of actually, you're really relearning how to get back in touch with your body. It's all of these things that we already know intuitively. Yeah. It's more so, we're just told all these things and there's a lot of noise. That's how I felt like when I came to you guys. I needed to clear out the noise, and it's like, what are my actual cues? What does my body actually need? And I think that has been the biggest turning point of something that will easily, now it's second nature for me to identify, okay, am I reaching for this for sugar and I'm actually just tired? Or am I reaching for this for fuel to feel good and to go on throughout my day at like the highest level.
That's the pinnacle of like what we want for people, just to be in touch with your body. And I have found also for myself, for 3.5 years of maintaining, that's what it comes down to. It's just like, listen to your body. And and that's the way God designed it. We have these cues, but we've just overridden them for so long as just a society. So awesome. And let's talk a little bit about the fact that you were still breastfeeding too when you came in. So we had to kind of dance around fasting a little bit because we don't do a lot of fasting when you're breastfeeding, but talk about that part of the journey for you and how you incorporated fasting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this is a key point. I think especially like in the, postpartum, they're like, oh, you can't do this when you're nursing, you can't work out too hard. And some of that is valid, right? But I saw significant change, especially in body composition specifically. And I was only doing 12 to 15 hour fasts. And I did a 24-hour fast after I had stopped breastfeeding, because I kind of stopped in the middle of our program length. So I saw all of these amazing results without doing anything insane with it. And, Amy educates us on that too, of the 12-hour window even is super beneficial. That 12 to 15 hour, you're still burning the fat and you can still see plenty of results from that. So I think that was great. And especially, wanting to have more kids, just looking at the future, I'm going to adopt that mindset as well of I'm not going to be doing 24-hour fasts, and that's okay. And eventually I would love to get to that more consistently, but just, making it really doable. I think one of the things I really quickly want to point out too with them is I told Amy first coming in, I was like, I want to do, 15-hour fast 7 days a week. And she was like, no, let's make this really doable. And I was fasting 15 hours, 5 days a week. And that seemed like a little bit of a high goal. But at the time I was kind of weaning my daughter and I was really ready to go. But I think creating goals that you can hit too, that are not going to I would have set myself up for failure if I tried to do 7 days a week, every week.
Yeah. And that's a great point, Andi, because that's the diet mentality that we have. It's like, we have to go all in, or we have to crush it. And if we don't have results, then we are beating ourselves up. And I think that's why our programs are different, because we're really changing a lifestyle. It's really about learning a new lifestyle as opposed to a diet to get some results and then move on. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So setting realistic goals is the best thing you can do, because then you're teaching yourself, I can trust myself. I can execute what I say I'm going to execute. And you also find out what your bandwidth is, what you can really handle. And then you have something to push. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So what has life been like since you graduated, Andi?
Yeah, I would say, honestly, the first word that comes to mind is easy. I feel like there's so much less decision fatigue of what should I be doing and when should I be eating. It's very habitual now. And like I mentioned before, I am really intuitive with my body's cues. So it's not any more of this, during the program, I was learning those cues. And now that I know them, there is much less, wanting to reach for that, because now I know why I'm wanting to reach for, X food or processed food or eating out. And yeah, so I would say easy to maintain. I feel like I actually have much more control not in an anxious way though. I want to point that out too. It's not that I'm trying to control and grip it so tight. It's more so I have control with ease since learning everything from their program.
Yeah. It's almost like a peaceful control. Like you're just in control and you have a peace about that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. How do you feel about your muscle now versus when you started?
Yeah, I think I've maintained all the muscle that I put on and built up throughout the program. And I really feel like I'm at my strongest and healthiest that I've ever been at, pre-baby included. I want to, really touch on that, because I think there's also narratives about, it's really hard to build muscle mass after you have kids or after a certain age. And there's these stories that we hear, but really I probably have my highest muscle mass, my lowest body fat percentage, the most energy ever, and I have a 1-year-old.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing. Well, Andi, is there anything else you'd like to share about the program, or if you were going to tell someone to, give them advice on their fat loss and fitness, what would you share?
Oh, I would definitely say to sign up with Amy or Schuyler, because the accountability piece and that education piece is different than anything I have ever experienced. And it really is educating you for life. not just educating you for a time frame. And you will reach your goals after investing in them. And also, it's an investment in yourself. It's not just investing in, their program. You're really choosing to invest in yourself with the highest accountability. And yeah, you're just going to reach all your goals and feel so great afterward.
It's awesome. I feel exactly the same way. I know if you apply the program, it works 100% of the time. It truly does. So if you show up, it'll show up with you. So it's awesome. Well, Andi, we're so proud of you. Grateful that you chose us and trusted us. And we wish you nothing but the best. And always just stay in touch with us and keep us posted on all your things.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for watching that interview. I hope that you had some very positive insights and that you are ready to continue your fat loss journey. If you are struggling to lose fat or you are looking for guidance or accountability, I'm going to invite you to check out below this video in the description. We've got a free application page where we are offering fat loss roadmaps. You can click on that page, you can watch the video to learn a little bit more about what we do, and then if it feels like a good fit, you can grab a time to chat. So head down below this video, check that out. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.